Hello， 应该没有什么其他问题。几个月没有做直播了，已经忘记一堆东西要做处理。今天一样是我是说什么？看故事，主要是把故事看完之后，看看时间。如果时间对的话，我就不知道打几场。然后如果时间不够，我就直接下去啊。明天跟后天应该还是会有直播，我看情况应该是会有啦。好啦，那么看一下，我已经忘记怎么切画面了。这里。这样子有切过来有，然后有没有声音？有，都有。还有什么吗？好像没有什么东西了。OK， 好，让我们进剧情。我其实已经有自己在弄了。现在我记得今天、前天、昨天讲的，我已经把所有剧情都打完了。我本身没有读它，但是我全部的战斗都打完了，然后也都 EX 处理了。它整体而言的难度其实也不高，就稍微打一打，其实不会很难。哪怕是像这一边这个，我们都知道它是精力嘛，哪怕是精力，它其实也都没有难到哪里去。它的晕眩值蛮高的，你打到它晕眩值一下去，其实很快就可以解决它，不管是在这个战斗里，还是在后面的这个迷宫里面，都是差不多的。我几乎没有看过这个东西解开来，所以我也不知道是什么。对，好，那差不多就这样子。没有什么东西好说的，剧情上我还没有看过，那就来看剧情吧。这是第一章。So we're finally here, eh? Heathcliff looked out the red LIMBUS window with a bored expression. 这个是什么？愤恨的、生气的，大概吧。Though it wasn't raining, the world outside was grey and opaque like an overcast sky. Black, pungent clouds and smoke. Black, pungent clouds of smoke had long devoured the atmosphere. So this is the kind of place Heathcliff used to roam. remains great this deep into the heart of the back streets. I recalled with quite the certitude that the T Corp I arrived at after my departure from S Corp was sepia-hued. This phenomenon can be explained by the fact that the technology used to drain our saturation is situated at the center of T Corp. It has been reported that such variation in hue may occur in areas further away from its sphere of influence. I understand that. 所以 T 公司抽走颜色的技巧在中心，然后远离中心的地方，有时候会出现一些比较特殊的单色系情况吧，应该是它的这个意思。Two other sinners immediately jumped into the conversation to direct it away from whichever obscure subject Yi-san and Faust was about to steer it into. Oh, right. I have something to ask you guys. Oh, yeah, me too. 他们两个真的不是很聪明耶。What? I mean, yeah, that, oh, yeah. The building here looked a little different from where Yi-san used to live, so I'm just wondering if there's anything up with that. Exactly. That's exactly what I was about to ask. It's been a while since we started on this journey together. I was starting to grow more comfortable with the sinners. Maybe that's why I found Gregor and Rhodia's valiant effort to keep the conversation remotely comprehensible to most occupants of the bus pretty amusing. Allow me to elaborate then. To discuss this subject, we must first, and Yi-san unknowingly shooting down their effort by jumping onto another complicated discussion, was another site I'd become familiar with. While I was curious about the technology T Corp uses to drain our color, and about the behind the scene of T Corp's operations, it wasn't something that could be answered now. I decided to table that discussion for later. Instead, I approached Heathcliff. He was sitting on his lonesome, on his lonesome. Oh. 这样子要怎么翻译啊？单独的坐在角落 ，clearly in deep thought. Clockhead. You're racking your head about what to wear to Wuthering Heights? What? No, it's nothing like that. What? No, it's nothing like that, okay? 所以Heathcliff protested, jumping up from his seat, looking like I hit the nail right on the head. Fine, I was, a little bit, but I was mostly reminiscing about the past. I do remember hearing that Heathcliff used to live in the back streets, a part of some syndicate, if I recall correctly. Virgilius did say that we are going through the back street instead of going straight to the T Corp. 我被那个 T Corp 后面那个点点卡住了。Virgilius did say that we were going through the back street instead of going straight to the T Corp nest for a reason, and that it was because of the company's order. Maybe there's something for us to do here? Heathcliff did spend some time in the T Corp back streets after all. Maybe we'll run into a golden ball here? No chance. If the golden ball was as common as any other twig in some back street, why'd we be doing any of this global shopping waste of time? True, I guess, yeah. Besides, Wuthering Heights is quite the manor in more ways than one. You won't find it anywhere near some run-down back streets like this. There's a chasm of wealth between the poor alleyway and sods and them. Alleyway sods and them. At all, they've sent me an invitation. Quite obvious that we'll find our golden ball in that manner, isn't it? Or at least somewhere in the same nest. 这真的是很烦欸。Correct. We will eventually travel to G-Corp's nest. Heathcliff continued to speak in a low voice. The hubbub from outside the bus seemed to blend with his words, turning into a mass of murmurs. There was a sort of commotion outside. Before we talk about wherever our eventual destination is, we'll have to clear the road of some blockage. Your intuition is half right, Heathcliff. Heathcliff was muttering to himself. In an uncharacteristic daze, jolted awake. Bloody hell, what's wrong with you and the room lass? Neither of you ever do anything with a proper forewarning. I simply did not see the necessity of warning you. Anyway, those outside the bus are our targets. Targets? I believe that he means to say that they must be eliminated. I feel compelled to let you know that that is not the only implication of the word target, though I am yet to be informed of the precise detail of this mission, that is. Regardless, you are to make contact with a target among them. 我们要跟其中一个人做会合。好。Find the target, then extract the necessity intel. It is clear enough for you, manager. Are we supposed to find this target if you are not even going to tell us who it is? Dante asked if there are any identifying characteristic to this target. I'm sure you'll find out when you get there. You are asking me questions I have no answers to. Dante, don't waste your time. 其他人的颜色都有一点灰灰的，就维吉尔他完全看不出来有什么变化。Well, off the bus, oh. I was somewhat wary of the way Virginius answered me, but even in murky situations like this, we've always managed to pull through anyways. I'm sure things will get a little clearer once we get there. I slowly disembarked the bus with the rest of the sinners. 以上结束。所以前面只是前导，让我们知道说我们成功上岸，然后 T 公司跟我们想的一样是灰色的，然后飞向一国，差不多就这样子。差不多就这样子。 That one's heading away, Aniki. Don't worry about me. I'll handle him. Try not to get yourself killed. You got that? What a mess. Truly, what a mess. 所以这边是没有看，应该是黑云跟剑气在打架。这次剧情好像是黑云跟剑气在打架，那应该就是这样子的。We walked out of the bus and right into what appears to be a battlefield of a violent gang war. Black smoke flutters under the gray sky, and bloodthirsty blood clashed violently. The bus had stopped not even 30 paces away from the thick of the battle. They're the Kurokumo clan. Okay, wait. Kurokumo clan. I've heard of them before. I'm sure we had some identities from the syndicate. Some identity card said Wakashu too. They're a pretty large subsidiary of an even larger syndicate called the Sun. I think the identity wore outfits similar to the ones they were wearing here. They're wearing here. I think you're right, but who are they fighting? It's gotta be a strife. Heathcliff replied in a monotone voice like he was reading from an encyclopedia. It ain't a rare sight to see syndicates fighting one another in the back streets. Must be something about street tax or something other trivial turf dispute. Leeches, blood-sucking curs seeking to oppress and exploit the weak with violence. Fee, there is nary a place these scum do not infest. 我真的好喜欢小唐讲话的方式。It ain't anything new, lass. Most syndicates are like that. The only difference between them is how far they're willing to go. Like right there, he is. Looks like that one over there. The one looking right at us. Heathcliff raised his bat and pointed it at the approaching man. He wore the same outfit as the other Kurokumo clan members. The hell are you looking at? Crawling like you're here to start shit. Gonna keep pointing that bat at me? You wanna go? Is that it? Hey, lower the weapon. Let's not do anything rash. No need to escalate this further, is there? He was just stepping toward Heathcliff, but he did not budge. He remained motionless, the bat still raised and pointing threateningly at the approaching man. Won't matter what we do here. It's a foregone conclusion that we're going to have to fight him. Right on, lad. They're in the middle of a strife. They'll be real sensitive about making it clear that this is their turf. What better way to do it than forcing some unwitting travelers to pay the toll for the road? Hey, looks like we've got a smart one here. The Kurokumo clan henchman strutted before us like he owned the place. Just as I begin to wonder about how dumb you could possibly be, you showed your shrewd detective side. Gotta say, it's a real mystery. Ishmael murderers at Heathcliff, who was shrugging at us with an expression that clearly read, "I told you so." Well, since it looks like you clowns already know how this works, let me get straight to the point. The toll is 500,000 yen per person. 5,000 yen? Let's see here. 1, 2, right. I count 13 of you here, and since you guys all rode in on the bus, I'm sure there's a driver in there too. Don't just skimp out on us. Now, I'd like it if we didn't have to make this business messy by going through the bus ourselves. Did you hear that, Dante? This is totally a highway robbery. It's kinda this, isn't it? Well, it didn't really matter how much they were asking for. I wasn't going to negotiate with them anyway. Ishmael turned and looked quietly in my direction. I nodded back. Halt! There! In that Fyliv.Ghrtle, Fyliv pointed at something. There lies a wooden dam. We must make haste and rescue her. Thou wouldst agree, no? Just as Fyliv said, I could catch a glimpse of someone bleeding out on the ground through the chaos of clashing blades and black cloaks. Well, what I said about this just is rubbish. This is a syndicate turf war, yeah? No one's more or less honorable than the other. Agreed. It is not complicated mathematically to expect unnecessary allied casualties in this effort should I involve ourselves in this conflict. Alas, I do not wish to leave her behind so undefended. I guess it's an improvement. In the early days of our adventures, we wouldn't been dragged into this conflict 5 minutes ago thanks to Fyliv.Ghrtle's recklessly valiant rescue attempt. I suppose she's learned her lesson by trial of fire. She was starting to show restraint for once. But it's a bit different this time. Okay, so I do think that we have to help the woman, but Manager, I didn't think that this was what the nod was about. No, I'm not saying that we should get involved because it's the right thing to do or anything like that. If Virgilius was telling us the truth earlier, there is a chance that we were purposefully made to drive through this strife, which means that there must be something here they're expecting us to find. They always put us in dangerous way for a reason. After all, I just have a feeling that the wounded woman might have something to tell us, maybe an intel or some kind. And if it turns out that we were supposed to get that intel from the Kurokumo clan and not that woman, then I suppose we'll have to beat it out of them. Oh, marvelous executive manager. I, Utis, am actually awestruck by your genius. Actually, what? She's implying that her usual flattery is a phony. 奥提斯第一次感到哇，但丁的指示好像很对，让但丁觉得很问号。I don't like the way you're treating the Kurokumo clans like we're some pack of stray dogs. And don't think I missed that sympathetic look you gave her, which could only mean that you clowns are charming with a blade lineage. I could practically hear our negotiation, now that I was going to negotiate falling apart as a man drew his blade. A rational deliberation followed by a sensible decision. I will return my appreciation for your magnificent leadership with a flawless victory. All units, prepare to battle. 所以像这样子讲的话，但丁确实有讲到一个点，他们这个公司好像知道什么东西，然后总是尝试去故意的把他们送进去。他们是能看到什么东西吗？总不可能是故意的。然后他们又要找光，总不可能说就是卡门在搞吧？我觉得我已经把卡门当成所有万用的借口了。 Enter. SAD, overt no bite. Truly a disappointment. While the rest of the sinners were slowly recovering from the excitement of battle, Fyliv.Ghrtle did not waste a second before bolting forth to the women's side. Hark! Art thou? Ah! I must check thy pulse. You can check her pulse through her forehead? Didn't know that was possible. The lady lives. Huh. So this lass has the intel we need? The sinners one by one began to gather around the woman. She was dressed in a all-black garb like a Kurokumo clan member, but her weapon and her outfit were unmistakably distinct. Great lineage, huh? I looked around at the defeated Kurokumo clan members and back at her. The difference became even more apparent. Fyliv.Ghrtle slowly and tragically shook her head after checking the pulse on others. The executive manager had to question some Kurokumo clan member during this battle, but no notable intelligence had been gained. So it's just her then. I hope my gut feeling proves me right. The Lady Do appeared to have the sole survivor. We must move her to the bus and administer first aid post-haste. What do thou say to that? Yeah, don't see any other ways. We don't carry a first aid kit with us, and I can't turn the clock to heal her, so... Mersault, do you mind carrying her back to the bus? I do not. Thus, we made our way back to the bus, Mersault carrying the dying Blade Lineage member. I see that you're holding another baggage. Virgilis didn't seem very happy about this. Manager says, when did bring in unauthorized, unverified guest into our bus become such an acceptable practice? We had no choice. We have to save her first if we're going to get any answers out of her. But I explained that this individual will be of no use to us deceased. If she carries the intel we need, then we must first ensure that she survives. All that Files agree with Dante's decision. What's done is done, however. Do be mindful of bringing strangers onto this bus from now on, Dante. I had a feeling that Virgilis had much more to say than that, but he simply sighed and dropped the subject. Whoop. I believe that Manager Squire has made a decision most just. Thanks. 樱桃是谁？樱桃是谁？ Just as I was starting to dread that this bus was doomed to be eternally uncomfortable, Yi-san emerges from the back door with the good news. I have done what I can now. And before he even finished his sentence, the woman was awake. 所以在车子里面可以看成是一个安全区，所以不要乱带人进来。该维基尔叫人不要随便带人进来，要么是带人进来会出事，要么是……那个是樱桃 ，OK 好。反正所以就是被李湘救起来的嘛。那他讲什么？对， 所以要么是带人进来可能会有问题，代表说里面有什么东西不好，不能让人看到；要么就是在车子里面有些事情，或者是有外面的一些事情影响不到车子里面，这样子。TB. Welcome to the bus, and we are in Odachi. Ha! The blade lineage woman sprang from her prone position, grabbing the sword next to her. She held a grip of her blade, ready to draw it at any moment. Identify yourself. Are you with the Kurokumo clan? No. So we're then why those women wield an Odachi? She'll not listen. We should kill her. Ryoshu. She pisses me off for 2 reasons. 1. She refused to listen, making this conversation longer than it needed to be. 2. She dared to compare their scrap metals to my blade. Is there any reason for me not to proceed with her OOF clock? Yeah, there is. She can't tell us anything if she's dead. 不能让她死掉这个借口，好好用哦。Ryushu often shows bursts of emotions in the most unexpected times, but at least she listens when I ask her to, which is a relief. I suppose your blade is not exactly like theirs. Your uniform is certainly different. And you, who might you be? You certainly wear a rather loud timepiece. Are you unable to communicate otherwise? You're our manager. Your vocalizations will not reach your ears. I recognize the scent your voice carries. It's familiar. Even in the district that I have resided in, have I not met fellow who speak as I do? Speaks as you do, indeed, yet I sense familiarity in your choice of verbiage. You must be from District 19, S-Corp, are you? Though I have fled, that is where I hail from. I see. So you have also left your home behind. My compatriots oft share the same fate as we do. 这些字都是选的好怪，不是那种常用的，好难念哦。As meeting someone from the same home district helped, the woman visibly relaxed before slumping down on a nearby chair. Her breathing was labored. My name is Isam, and I have operated the wound you have suffered. So I have acted with such brutishness despite your kindness. Please accept my apologies. Call me Andu? Andu 好叫Andu. Call me Andu. I am a Saosu from a lineage that deals in blades. Oh, Dante, maybe we can leave the talking to Yisan this time. Looks like we can sit back and let him handle this. I nodded, replying quickly to Rodia's whispers. If you're from District 19, Escort territory, then you must be aware of who we are. 抱歉，等我一下。 好了，我回来了。I am somewhat aware, though I am far from acquainted with tales from the streets. I have heard that the blade lineage is bound to no master, no lands, yet whence do you flee? It is a tale too long to be shared in full. All I may divulge is that we had no choice but to seek a territory for us to thrive in. Perhaps there is aught that we could do to assist. Should you deign to impart us the particulars of your pursuers? Undo shot a sweeping glance at all of us. Her eyes appeared heavy with crushing exhaustion. If you and your fellows are skilled enough to defeat this group of foes, then all of you must be quite capable. Kurokumo clan has put a bounty on our head, our mentor, my fellows, all of us. Hold on, this ain't just any other strife then. That sounds more personal than your usual turf war. And it has always been. District 19 is fraught with corruption and disturbance to the lives of the public. There's very little that us men and women of the Blades who seek naught else but to train and walk the path of martial art can do to change the wind not now known as Agroindustries. Salpipio Agroindustries or S-Corp. Agroindustry 是什么意思啊？让我看看。Agroindustry。好，农业公司。As the old saying goes, what other choice does a monk who abhor his temple have but to leave it behind? Thus we have departed from our home. So the people of Escort suffer still. We had departed in search of a new home. It was no easy journey. Those territories have already been made home by others. In order for us to settle conflict was unavoidable. In the middle of those conflicts, I have the memory of our mentor bringing us an invitation to enter a library of sorts. Virgilius, who had been sitting quietly with one leg over the other on a chair far from the rest of us, visibly reacted. I think I remember that the word library always got a genuine reaction out of Virgilius. You have the memory. Quite an odd way to phrase your own recollections. We arrived at the library hoping to escape the Kurokumo clan's clutches. But all we had done was to lead ourselves into just another field of battle. We were handedly defeated. Then, all of a sudden, we found ourselves stranded in the back streets of T-Corp. Upon our waking, the bizarreness of such experience can only be described by an expression just as odd. Ah! Mentor Bamboo-Headed Kim. Her eyes suddenly widened mid-sentence. Undo leaped from her seat. I believe that our mentor remains there still. We must make haste to Yongjin Building. Be not so hasty. Such wild movement may tear the wounds, and I have... Huh? What the heck? Is she dead? It's no surprise that sudden rise in blood pressure in lieu of blood supply would cause one to faint. She has merely lost her consciousness. Phew. You are right, Manager. She did have some useful intel for us. 道歉。好，来了。Young Jin's building. I suppose we have some business there then. Maybe, but I'm not sure. I don't know what this has to do with our mission, if any. Or maybe it's at the library that we should. Danger, danger. Bunch of people in Memphis place swinging swords around, black clothes. Passengers, move out. Protect Memphis. Executive Manager. There appear to be Kuroko class reinforcement. Well, what can we do? We'll have to think about this later. For now, let's take care of the reinforcements. 我完全忘记当时在图书馆的时候，剑气在图书馆的时候有没有讲到他们是在逃离跟黑舞会的战斗啊？好像没有吼，至少我不记得有。没有印象有这件事情。我记得当时只有讲剑气是一个以把身上的伤痕当成自己的荣耀的一个东西，没记错的话。今天可能不会，今天可能看不完。章节讲好久。We return to the bus after dispatching the Kuroko clan members that attacked the bus. Only to be greeted by an unfamiliar face. There was a woman sitting in the frontmost seat of our bus. Interesting. Guide. I believe that we've both made it quite clear that no guests are to board the bus without prior consultation. That discussion was not even an hour ago, in fact. Yes, we did. Not outsider, to be exact. And it's clear as day as to who she is. I noticed she was wearing a dark blue uniform with a little clear emblazoned on her chest. Are you from the LCCB? LCCA, the after team. Team manager, LCCA, the after team. Manager Clock. Right. I could see that she was wearing a red emblem on her shoulder. Oh, wait, can she hear what you're saying? No? Don't have any talent in TikTok interpretation. not either. But it was pretty easy to tell with that blank, stupid looking they were giving me. Would you even have the common decency to mince your... Ishmael scowled, about to tell the woman off until she coughed and collected herself. Maybe she suddenly recalled her old attitude. I am Team Leader Kaiman. Kaiman, you say? LIMBUS Company clearance after team. Normal operation, Unit 2. I don't think I've ever seen anyone from after team in person. Ha, of course not. All that blokes do is sweeping in to pick up the spoils after we've done all the hard work. Let me set something straight. Act straight, mutt. The after team is charged with cleaning up the mess your ungrateful waste of life leaves behind. Sweeping in to pick up the spoils? No, we do the very difficult work of sweeping your stinging shit under the rug. Waste of life? Is that how you guys see us? Oh, that's not all. Waste of life, bumper car, the most expensive bus in the world, meat shields, maniac with more luck than they deserve. And then some. Doesn't seem like the most relevant conversation topic for now, though. Little, you better change your tone now. If you give me one reason to, then I will. Unfortunately, it is my personal philosophy to be stubbornly set in my way unless I'm giving a good reason to change. Sure, it's your job to collect the golden bowl, no matter what, but I'm having a lot of trouble scoring up even an ounce of respect for a group of half-wit idiots who don't give a damn about people who have to clean up after them. That's enough, Team Leader Kaiman. Very well. I wasn't sent here to reprimand them. I'm here to relay the orders from the head office. Kaiman produced an envelope, opened it, and pulled out a paper from within. She then began to read it out loud. LCB, Addition Mission Assignment prior to K-Corp, Golden Ball Retrieval Operation. 1. Eliminate and or secure the distortion in the area. 2. Recover the monolith, an artifact in the shape of a black steel from the same site. A monolith. What's this now? Distortion? Are you saying that they've already distorted? I don't know. LIMBUS Company clearance is not a part of this extra operations. I was merely ordered to relay this information to you, as I happen to be taking care of some other job at K-Corp. I believe that our one and only mission was to recover the golden ball. Since when did it become our job to play errand boy fixers? Since now. Besides, I don't see what's the difference between an average errand boy and your team. All you ever do is picking up and delivering the golden balls, no? Right, I guess the after team is full of branches like you, huh? Rodion grumbled like she was imagining a department full of Kaimans. Kaiman quietly took a sweeping look at the complaining sinners, then approached me. Manager Clock. Can't hear what you're saying anyway, so just listen. Allow me to kindly explain something for you and your minions, since all of you appear to be so out of the loop. Kaiman crossed her arm and leaned against the bus seat. I know she was about to start a lecture. LCB's primary objective is to retrieve the golden ball, yes, can't deny that. But parading around telling everyone that LIMBUS Company specializes in retrieving the golden balls would be stupid, don't you agree? And it's not exactly the most lucrative business, if at all. I suppose so. I've been wondering about the company's finances for a while. Where do we even get our funding from? Well, there's no need for you to concern yourself with the company's finances. We have much more and enough capital to do what we want. Will the company relax, however? With public standing and the cost, LIMBUS Company decided to find our costs in distortions. No significant organization has yet taken charge of managing instances of the distortion phenomenon. 我以为不对，之前是一协在处理的。以前是一协指定人，然后4人去处理，然后现在他们可能没有常处理了。Fyliv told me some time ago that it hasn't been long since a distortion began appearing in the city. LIMBUS Company is building our reputations as a professional distortion prevention and control company that doubles as a research center for the distortion phenomena, which means that we need to produce real results in more ways than one. That is, I did hear that this epidemic of distortion phenomena can be pretty annoying to deal with. No one has probably defined what these distortions truly are. This means that not many are willing to jump into dealing with this new phenomenon blind. We did hear that some are preparing to launch an association primarily dealing with distortions. But that's all it is. And associations. We tend to deal with it on a corporate level, right? But how many? That's our business. What reason do we have to go out of our way to tussle with these distortions? Here's how it's your business. The order came all the way from the top, the highest authority of your company. Will they teach you how to follow orders in the slums? That does it. We're not leaving this us alive, manager. Hyman ignored Heathcliff, who was visibly fuming, and turned to face me. My attitude toward your minions, and the company's attitude towards them. It all depends on the choice you make in your leadership. With that, she produced an envelope from under her arm and handed it over. At the end of the day, though, the choice is yours. Your men aren't completely wrong if you would like to focus solely on your primary mission, the golden balls, then fine. It's not like the company is going to kick you and your meat shields out. But do understand that the company's treatment of the sinners may change depending on what you decided to do here. Virgilius listens quietly, his eyes shut. Now then, Redcase, I'll be taking my leave now until next time. Fine. But next time I'd prefer if you would watch your language. These meat shields are still under my guidance, so try not to disturb me as well. Well, that depends on what the manager does, doesn't it? Excuse me. She left, leaving nothing but awkward silence behind. Is she gone? Bloody prick. After that brief moment of quiet, everyone begins sighing and complaining as though they'd just be ungagged. Almost burst a blood vessel listening to all that. I thought it softened my temper with age. Still, good work keeping these non-violent guys. I don't think she said anything wrong, though. I found her manner of speech quite convenient. There was no need to unnecessarily read between the lines. I had little trouble understanding her and organizing my thoughts accordingly. I guess that's one way to look at things. Anyways, she's right that we really don't have much say in the matter. If the company asks us to do our jobs, we do our jobs. I don't have anything to add myself. I have no issue with following orders. Yeah, I agree with you guys. I tried my best to cheer up the sinners as I opened the envelope she left behind. Not much of note was there. One old-fashioned walkie-talkie, a bunch of signed and stamped paperwork, and a mission location, Yongjin Building. Here we go, room. Judging by their lack of surprise, both Karen and Virgilius already knew where to go, and the bus took off.处理扭曲的公司，不对，不是公司，组织。处理扭曲的组织，要么是扭曲侦探那一群人，要么是子类他们那一边。子类不是说要做一个这样子的公司，我忘记了。我记得当初在删掉那段剧情之前，删掉那个图书馆的那段剧情之前，他好像已经在拉赞助了。然后我们知道维吉尔跟子类不好，所以有可能，我不知道巴士这一边是什么状况，但有可能组织那一区块是子类的东西。我刚一直看到6吗？不是，这是新的。好。Something continued to nag at the back of her mind during the frequent stop and combat encounters. There was this one thing I just could not understand. This is pretty much expected from Virgilius at this point, but if he already knew where we were going, and why would it hurt to tell us for once? I muttered to myself while looking towards the back of the bus, where Undo slept. She was still out cold. Come on, Fels. I legitimately think that this is something we have to talk about. Can you please relay my question to Virgilius? If you won't do it, then I will. A journey can't always be a sunshine and rainbows. Some frictions is necessary. You there, guide. Otis relayed my question, then begins to share some of her own grievance with Virgilius. A lot of her own grievance. Are you finished? Well, you're not wrong. I did hear most of the details through the radio. And here's why I didn't tell you in advance. It's because you're the kind of people who never learn until the problem crashes through your front door. Would you have done anything different if you knew in advance? It only serves to give you an excuse to whine about it. So there it is. What now, manager? Will you refuse this mission? How could I? You already treated us like dirt. If I refuse this, I can't imagine how much worse it'll get. I'm sure you're thinking, how could I? And you'd be right. I can tell from the way he's looking at me that he already knew what I was going to say. I'm starting to wonder if he really can't hear me. Our guest is waiting. You should go and ask her directions, Manager. Carol's intuition can only take us so far. Again, this would have gone much smoother if we had been told where we were going from the start, but like always, Virgilius felt the need to add comments like that before shutting me down and turning away. He'd already closed his eyes. Allow me to explicate our present circumstances to her. Yi-san got out with an awkward smile and attempt to clear the air. After some time, Yi-san seemed to have successfully explained our circumstances to Andu. She was standing next to Carol, trying to give her proper directions. She had also told us that as long as we assist her with her mission, she wouldn't mind us taking the black steel for ourselves. Turn them right there. They've already set up camps there. People dressed in Kumo-class garb were wandering around the building, standing guard before its entrance. We have to. Bento Bamboo has its kin. Delaying further will only allow the distortion to grow more powerful. We must enter the building as soon as possible. Andu had already leaped out of the bus and was rushing in with her weapon drawn. We quickly followed suit. Looks like 抱歉。Wait, okay, how? Looks like this was the last one of them. The aroma of blood. Some splattered fresh and old and growing vicious. I can already tell that there will be a college of different blood spatters waiting for me there. I am excited to see this collection for myself. This one expresses brutal thoughts with such nonchalance as one mooses about their next meal. Whichever may be the case, the way is open. We must move with haste. Andu did not hesitate for a second before disappearing into the building's entrance. Man, I'm impressed by her energy. Wasn't she knocked out cold just a few minutes ago? It is sheer willpower that moves her. What other choice does she have when her superior is captured? From the name alone, I expected Yongjin building to be much taller than 6 floors. Building and all. It's a common naming convention in the back streets. I looked up toward the rooftop of the building Honglu was looking at, and suddenly grew curious. What time is it right now? Need a mirror? 罗杰很喜欢讲笑话。My head doesn't actually tell time, you know. It's 2:10 in the afternoon. 2 in the afternoon is not midday, but it's not supposed to be this dark, is it? How is this gloomy and dark at 2 in the afternoon? I'm starting to lose my sense of timing here. Things particularly dark around this area we're in. Well, compared to the smoke bar days, it's still bright as sunny day. I suppose that's true. The back streets of T-Corp are known to be a perpetual state of murkiness. Their machines ceaselessly discharge heavy plumes of smoke which cloud the sky, and the constant colored drainage keeps the back street of T-Corp dark and dreary. Of course, I must also inform you that the conditions have improved somewhat after the smoke bar due to the various extenuating prohibitive conditions introduced by the outcome of that war that limits the production of smoke. Before the war, we have no chatter. We have no time for idle chatter. Come now. We hurry toward Amdu's urgent cries. There were more blade lineage bastards left. Was the last took them all out already? They were nothing but merely minions. The size of the bravado ill-matched their immature skill. They foolishly decide to stand their ground instead of retreating upstairs. An electric buzz of sort plays from the radio that I stash in my clothes. Is someone calling this radio? The sound became much clearer when I unfolded the antenna from the radio. LCD here. LCD here. Can you hear me? Acknowledge. Come on. The voice coming from the other end of the radio was upbeat. To put it mildly, very chaotic. Okay, I just have to press a button, right? Well, I'll talk, but it's not like you can hear. Alright, I call you for a reason. I'm just calling to relay a message, so don't bother responding, yeah? We don't have much time, so let me keep it short. Remember that black steel you guys were sent to retrieve? The monolith? I'm picking up a super huge bump in the monolith signal in the area near you. The signal can force people to distort for your information. Force people to distort. We have to contain it before that stealing signal goes completely out of control, okay? What the heck is this? Oh my bad. I've got some stuff going on here, okay? I got some bad... Oh my bad. I've got some stuff going on over here too, you know? Anyways, I gotta keep this short. But let me just emphasize that time is the essence here. Over and out. 那个石碑可以让人扭曲哦。The call dropped before any of us even had a chance to say anything. She's pretty lively, huh? We do not have time to sit around dumbfounded. Clockhead, let's crack on. Everyone, I think the elevator's broken. I see that you and your fellow now also have a reason to hurry. I see that we're breaking through their lines and right through the stairwells. What do you say? We don't have much choice. Come on, let's go. I put the radio back into my pockets and began running up the stairs. 最后，巴士这里有一个扭曲部门和 LCD。Clearance. Mentor and fellows. Phew, seriously, the stairwell is a real challenge, isn't it? Not the Kumo clan guys. Curious, is it not? Huh? What is? Then they feel the stairwell full of weaklings who clearly don't know what they're doing. Perhaps they weren't trying to stop us from going upstairs. Perhaps they were afraid of retreating upstairs. No, it can't be. Andu's expression darkened. Maybe she had an inkling of a bad omen. Dost thou worry for thy mentor? Don Quixote carefully sidled to Andu's side with a sympathetic expression. How could I not? What kind of person was bamboo-headed kid? Andu appeared conflicted, as though she was having trouble organizing her thoughts. She shook her head and sighed. He was a steadfast man. Protected what needed protecting, killed what needed killing. He was always one of the Blade lineage's finest. I dare say that he was one of the most skilled swordsmen in the lineage. A man of few words who always sought to take good care of those under his wing. If not only he had made that decision, my fellows would not have met such a terrible fate. Oh. Sinclair half opened his mouth, apparently curious about what decision might be. But he soon realized that it was probably not the time to pry and quietly closed his mouth. Whichever may be the case, I have no choice but to make haste. Then we have no choice but to make haste with her. Did we just fight the Pikachu? Yes. Their appearance are rather dissimilar from what we have encountered before. They appear to have grown more acute. They are evolutions of each Pikachu. The kind of Pikachu one transforms into depends on the types of sin that one has embodied in life, so it is no surprise that there may be variations to them. But we never encountered anything like that before. Collecting a golden bowl could have expedited the Pikachu growth process. Those bowls, they really have something to do with everything, huh? Our job is starting to look a lot more serious. Right, that reminds me, these Picatula are each supposed to represent some kind of sin, right? Sin. My thoughts grow distant all of a sudden. No, the sinners grow distant, while my thought rolls near. Their voice grows muffled. The word sin feels oddly unfamiliar today. It appears that they have lost their sense of self, their original form, now forgotten to oblivion. Self. Aren't distortion kind of similar to that? People became distortions and some people became Pikachu. I wonder what the difference is. 这边讲到说扭曲，有些人扭曲，然后有一些人变成大罪。我们目前在这附近看到了大罪，我们看到几个，克鲁莫 （Cromer）， 然后上一次的东壤，我差点讲成东幻 ，Cromer 跟东壤他们都长得很像大罪，说不定他们其实没有什么差异，都是扭曲，只是扭曲的强度大不大？因为我们在此之前看到的扭曲都情绪都很重 ，Cromer 疯，东壤疯，在图书馆的时候，菲利普也疯。然后完全扭曲的也都蛮疯的，所以说不定精神的状态强度，就是以这边来讲，大罪的强度会影响他们晋升的差异。I think I know. Planted in the heart of all seeds with ever-present potential to bloom. Executive manager? What did you say? Phil talked over you, so I couldn't hear. If you would allow me to continue, maintaining yourself even at times of extreme stress could cause one to evolve into a distortion and, when the light of that day descends upon the heart of every human, blooming the seed buried deep within, manager, if one's devoured by the sin, they are reborn in the form of something, the image reflecting the blah 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 dreamt by those who are nothing. If one's 我不知道这个格子是不是有切割的。If one's something C of LIGH T seed of seed of light 应该不是 devoured by their sins they're reborn in the form of DISTOR TIO Pikachu 吗PECCATULA. Your image reflecting the DREAM 不对 DR 这个应该是正确的字，可是我看不出来。 这个可能有，这个是其他字，但是我猜这个应该跟光之种有关。然后这个是 Pekachula。Eagle was seed of LOSS 是吧？对。所以光之种或者是一个人的某种东西，这应该是 seed of 什么东西的种子。某个人的东西，这个东西它的种子应该是 EGO 或者是个人状况。早安，早安，娜娜，我在读巴士的剧情，然后顺便思考一下这边的剧情到底在讲什么。这它应该是什么东西的种子？然后这个东西种子如果被这个人的欲望或者是大罪所吞噬、侵蚀、被 overtake， 那他们就会以大罪 Pekachula， 我们在迷宫里面常常会打的那种杂鱼怪，他们会以那种形象重生。然后 their image reflecting 的这一段应该是指他们的形象会根据他们所期望的、他们的欲望，跟那个 Pekachula 的那个形象去做合成，会以他们为这个作为一个镜面反射来成型，然后 claimed by those who are nothing。不对，他们的形象是根据这个 those who are nothing， 是类似一无所有那种感觉的东西，就是不是任何东西的东西所梦想的形象重新诞生出来。Dante, what is? If one withstands, yet the sins they heart stands What the hell, Cockhead? What in the bloody hell are you talking about? I don't like the sound of that. Has something gone awry of their prosthetic head? Yet, if one seeks to bear this something, the ego shall. If you know. IST manifest the dream of the MANI 不对 manifest 不对 shall SHO USHO 那个不对，这个是6个字的。我知道这个是 ego shall the sins of THEIR OU ego is that what you're speaking of？ 对，他讲到 ego 没错。And the world perceives through their own It shall be unveiled the truth there. Melting. 这一段好多东西哦，看得出来他想要讲什么，可是好难去猜哦，他又是空下来了。Yet if one seeks to bear the sense， 这个字太长了啦。Of something something 的 e 都小，也不是 manifest， 我们以前是用 manifest， 现在是用 efference， 但这个应该是 unveil 吗？ Unveil the truth of their original heart， 这样子也是可以。And the world perceives through their own truth of these something something。我们这边应该在讲说，IMAGE 不对，叫 unveil to their egos something something 没有进去 something something 该。of sin. The word perceived through their own. Huh, you're starting to talk a bit like my grandfather. Huh? Manager, your head. Executive manager, your head is on fire. Oh, what a blaze. I think they're about to explode. Only those who can define their own sins. Oi, we cluster to do something before Clocket buys it. Got any bright ideas, Stas? I know what to do. Only those who are awakened. Awakened, 对，觉醒。那么1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8个字。WAK 这些不行，然后不对，可是这样子8个字好像也是凑不起来。Awaken UAKEN the truth of their original heart. They will see through their own truth of the 不对，还是不对。God, 'tis scorching. I had from the manager's flaming heads was merely for style, and I had not once felt such heat from it. Else, what if they accidentally activate a self-destruct sequence? This heat. If we don't douse it now, it's going to melt everything around them. Yes, the operating principles are the same. Dante's, we are the golden ball, connected to the roots of the sapling parented in a subterranean area of the headquarters, which to say that was giving a shite about them both. We've got to tell the flame of the head. Water, does anyone have water? We must make haste and douse the flame. Sometimes later. Pray tell, art thou recovering? My eyes, if I had eyes, that is, opened slowly. I was lying on the ground, surrounded by the sinners. What happened? Do you not recall what has transpired? I guess I don't. I do remember walking up the stairs and suddenly feel really dizzy. Executive manager, you must visit a workshop to get that looked as soon as we return. Huh? A workshop? Did I malfunction or anything? Don't talk about them like you're talking about some machine. Either way, there isn't anything we can do about what just happened. Not here. We can discuss this later once we return. What just transpired does not seem to pose any hindrance to our mission. Undo, she has advanced without us. While I remain curious yet concerned about your condition, we must convene with her. The situation calls for urgency. Yeah, okay. It was a lot I didn't understand, but things were in the middle of an operation. Let's deal with this first. 好，先让我看一下，他说。Dante is, the golden balls connected to the roots of the sapling planted in the subterranean area of the headquarters, which is to say, 所以但丁的头是跟 HQ 连在一起的，然后它确实也是金枝，所以在某种层面上，但丁看到的光确实已经能够得知是光之种中的光。然后他们又巴士的总部又种了一棵树，真的是3部作品没有1部作品想要跟树说再见。Why do this have to break? Why now? There's a nervous-looking man on top of the stairs on the uppermost floor of the building. I could immediately tell that this man was unlike any other foe we faced in this building. It better be quiet there. I hope that thing that lives stay put. He kept looking into his pocket watches as though he was expecting something awful to come out of that door. His garb, which highly resembled the Kurokumo clan's standard outfit, suggests that he is a relevant individual in this case. It is possible to extrapolate from his outfit that he is of higher rank than any foe we have defeated on the course of this occasion. Then, before I even had a chance to suggest waiting for a bit to come up with a strategy, Undo was already charging at the man. You must be captain of the Kurokumo clan. What the? You wish to hurt the blade lineage? Very well. Here I stand before you, face like blade. I suppose this means that my men are all dead, huh? I'd toss you into the office if I could, but the merchandise is still there. Come on. Suppose I've got no choice but to fight. At least allow me to introduce myself. Then you can tell me who you are. Name's Jun, captain of the boys you killed. Undo, salesman from this blade lineage of a lineage of blades, a follower of mentor bamboo-headed Kim. The hallway before the door full silence. It is as calm as a winter dawn. The two warriors' blade thrown begin to take cautious steps. It's as though they are attempting to gauge the distance between each other. It was a sudden flash. When I came to my senses, the pair had suddenly switched sides, facing away from each other. The outcome of this clash. Come on, that's it, huh? Miss Undo appears to have been Undo's defeat. She fell to her knees. I was just getting started. I'm surprised you even had any energy left for that attack. She's been fighting the Kurokumo clan henchmen on the front line before we even had a chance to catch up. No wonder she's exhausted. 那还对，他赢了，他没有输。 I must also remind you that she was on the verge of death not so long ago. She was overexerted herself. Well, the rest of you gotta fight me too? This hardly seems fair, me against all of you. This June rested his blade on his shoulder with an annoying scowl. I could tell from this single clash against Undo that he wasn't going to go down easily. Well, I don't like that we're all gaining up against this one guy, but you've got one loud-ass clock for a head. What even is that? Is it some local T-Corp clock-shaped prosthetic fashion or something? It is a clock, right? You there. Is that clock head on time? Wait, what do you think? The clock ain't for telling time. Huh. Then why did you dissipate it? Then what did you decapitate yourself for? What a useless clock. Okay then, any of you got a time please? A clock, a watch, anyone? My stupid watch broke again. The sinners wordlessly began surrounding June. I guess not. Are any of you even wearing a watch? You must all be insane. Sauntering about without a timepiece. Even if I did, I would hardly find it within myself to show it to thee. You're all getting on my nerve. You know what? That's it. I'll be in deep shit if I let anyone in there anyway. So come on and get me. I'll cut you down if this is the last thing I do. 家伙不讲人话哎！他如果正常讲一些话，说不定还不会打成这样子。不讲人话。You the win. Now let us converse for a moment. Undo seemed to have recovered somewhat as we fought. She bound June with a rope before throwing him to the ground. I do not expect a mere captain to know why our organization has put a bounty on our head, but I cannot quite place the reason you were standing guard before this room. It was as though you were protecting our mentor from us, of all people. Wait, it wasn't just you, was it? Every Kumo clan fails we've killed on our way up to this force stood in our path like they were protecting something within something with their life. Fine, here's the truth then. We're the victim here. Whatever do you mean? Whatever do you mean? You guys really have a way of pushing my buttons, but we weren't part of the party pursuing you or cutting you down. That was none of my business. You're just one of many syndicates or organizations that was unlucky enough to be on the some shit list. Our run-in was just a coincidence. We were ordered by the sun to stand guard next to the black steel here. That's all. Everyone was on edge because we were supposed to transport it elsewhere pretty soon. And that's when you, Blade Lineage bastard, appeared out of nowhere. Out of nowhere? I see, so this is where our mentor has awakened. You sound like you know something that I don't. Can't say I've ever heard of a tech that could blip people into existence just like that. Thought they were using a singularity or something. Besides, the Blade Lineage never had a chance. Our numerical advantage was insurmountable. Of course. We had your friends cornered. We had no trouble cutting them down until there were but 3 of you left standing. Then, all of a sudden, your boss's eyes suddenly began to glow and he cut down everyone around him. It was one-sided slaughter. Well, then, you got them right, Blade Lineage. Kurokuro clan, it didn't matter, he cut through everyone. So what the hell was I supposed to do? What were we supposed to do? I'm the captain, the lives of my men are my responsibility. I had to save them somehow, so I stayed behind to guard the door while my men guarded the entrance to this building. What other choice did I have? Ah, shit. Delivery deadline's coming up. I'm finished. This won't end with me having to cut off a finger or two. Damn it. Undo struck the back of Joe's neck with a swift precision and dropped him to the floor. Undo, what's that? Undo. That man had already been subdued. Wherefore, Izao have merely put him to sleep. It would have caused us trouble had we attempted to enter the room while he was conscious. I must talk to the mentor, see him with my own eyes. Have you gone deafness? Your boss will cut you down. Your boss will cut down anyone who gets too close. Not that cannot be until we can infer from what information we have gathered that. Yeah, I agree. There's a powerful aura coming from behind the door. I can sense it. Our mentor, Undu's hands trembles as they wrap around the doorknob. We must prepare for battle. I know that mentor Bamboo-Headed Kim will not do such things. She slammed the door open, only to come face to face with a distortion. Mentor, what is this? I recognize these wounds. These are your techniques. You. Attempting to communicate seems futile. Pitch black flames lingered behind this man she called Bamboo-Headed Kim, her mentor. Something has devoured him. There was something in his eyes. Fiendish malevolence. I could definitely sense it. This was a distortion. Cease your beastly howls and talk to me, please. Say something. Wait, don't get too close. The distortion unsheathed his blade in a blink of an eye. It sensed that something had entered its range. With that sense, you're really going to kill. Get out of the way. As Undo stood there confused, Sinclair urgently hurled himself in her direction, and in that brief moment, the distortion blade descended upon them as though it bisected the very space they inhabited. I surmised that Sinclair had entered the distortion's range as well, with no choice but to suppress it. We tensed up, sensing the changing atmosphere. We slowly raised our weapon. Bamboo-Headed Kim kneeled and caught his breath. Something began to shimmer behind him. This is a dungeon, a mere dungeon of the Pheasants. This is just like the Ding Dong's Bar and Friars. It's Oing Bongs, Gregor Oing Buns. He has already entered the dungeon. So I've got to follow the block, eh? Yeah. We were ordered to secure the distortion as well, so an immense heavy sensation emanates from within that space. That monolith has to be something somewhere in there too. Let us follow. Well, she was clearly dumbfounded by the turn of events. I could tell that she was determined to see this to the end. We had nothing more to add. Advancing. This place has taken the likeness of Escort. Not just anywhere in Escort. You call this place the Phantoms of Eagle. It appears that Mentor Bamboo had a Kim. Memories are affecting this place. Is there all from his past that you are aware of? No, nothing in detail. I don't believe that I have the right to divulge a depiction of his past based on hearsay either. Andrews continued in a morose tone when he appeared so suddenly at that building. I don't suppose he had much trouble cutting down the Kurokumo henchmen. I'm certain he was flanked by competent men and women. It would not have mattered how many henchmen they threw against the Mentor. Nothing short of a Kurokumo clan could have given him any trouble. In fact, I surmise that he would have been able to cut down 100 of the men on his own. But all those who accompanied Mr. Bamboo-headed Kim were as powerful as his. As powerful as he. His capability lies far beyond our own. His fellows must have fallen one by one before the endless onslaught of the Kurokumo clan henchmen. Hello, Saminite. Do I call you Saminite? Or what do I call you? I cannot help but imagine that sight but has reminded him of a rather tragic event in his life, in his past. A unpleasant event that likely shocked the Mentor Bamboo-headed Kim to the core. That alone fits numerous criteria that makes it ripe for a manifestation of a distort. He was in a very receptive state to the monolith's influence as well. Are you? I'm doing fine. I'm practically just reading all the stories and probably sometimes theorizing of something if I see something that I feel like is good. So that is how the Mentor becomes beholden to his blade like a fiend. Yes, yet still, how could he? We remain wordless and advanced as Undo despondently murmured to herself. We were so silent, save for the sound of our shoes lightly pressing into the soft soil beneath our feet. Yes? Is there any problem? Also, welcome to the chat. I don't have a lot of people here, so chat all you want. I can speak English or Chinese. With a story dungeon. So that thing behind him is... Indeed, that is a monolith. The artifact must have entered his Phantom of Eagle the moment it imbued Bamboo-headed Kim with strength. This banner must be where the Mentor's last protectee resided before we departed Escort. Wait, Can you repeat what you said? I forgot about it. So, which part do you want me to repeat? That is, do you mean like what I'm doing today, or what I can speak, or such massacre, mentor? Was this carnage the memory that has haunted your dreams and your waking hours for so long? Hello, 梅花鹿，欢迎进来，欢迎进来。Yet the deaths of our dear fellows. Tear begins to well in Andu's eyes. Again, something murmurs in my head. Is this bamboo-headed king's past? A somber voice, drenched with woe, echoes in my head. For a fleeting moment, I once had this thing people called honor. Vile men, whose hearts are consumed by evil, oft approach virtuous officials to seek harm. 安安，安安。我在读剧情，然后有时候会看说有什么东西好思考的，我会想一下。And I consider it an honorable deed to be a protector of the virtue, to hew those that sought harm against them, yet to be virtuous in a world of the vicious was to pray to this merciless world. And before such overwhelming might of the vicious, the irrevocably corrupt officials, my strength was inconsequential. 现在是英文课时间，不会啦。其实大部分我就只是跟着一起念，然后顺便练一下我的口音。知道我的口语，你们可以听得出来，我的口语其实没有很好。其实我不会特别去翻译，通常都是念完，然后如果觉得有什么很特别的点，我会拿出来讲这样子。如果需要的话，我是可以翻译啦。I had little choice but to leave as corp, cradling my broken spirit alongside my fellows. I have left my scarred honor behind the land of my failure. We became vagabonds. 听得懂，那很好啊。好，现在好多人其实英文都没有到很厉害，我也不知道为什么。好吧，其实我知道为什么。我觉得能够听得懂就很厉害了。We became vagabonds, lost, wandering and weary, aimless drifters without a place to call their home. Even their faith in my decision to leave behind to crumble piece by piece. So did my faith in myself. I began to fall apart. I have already failed once. What's there to say that I am not failing my dear fellows once again? The least I could do is to help them lead a stable life. Yet that invitation I received only led them to their demise. In the end, I failed my mission, I failed my honor, I failed my dear fellows. Again, I am returned to the land of my failure. The voice continued to murmur, but it had devolved into nothing but a low growl, a quiet and incoherent rumbling. I can't help but feel a bit of sympathy at his suffocating, painful past. But that's exactly why we have to face him. Free him from this distortion. Guys, we're putting an end to this right here, right now. Yes, it appears that we have no choice. Andus grow far too agitated to function properly in this battle. It's all up to us now. The dungeon， 这边就是打完迷宫之后的剧情了。After a grueling battle, and as we finally managed to drag Bamboo-Headed Kim to his knees, blah blah blah, okay? After a grueling battle, and as we finally managed to drag Bamboo-Headed Kim to his knees, like a mirage, the fathoms of Eagle began to fall apart. The monolith has already left the fathom of Eagle and was back at the center of the office. Just as the office began to resemble the one we had walked into, the radio I carried began to buzz again. Hiya, can you hear me? If you do, give me a tick-tock. Very funny, Dante. You know we just barely survived a deadly encounter, right? Well, she asked me to. Perfect. We really don't have much time left since it looks like the monolith briefly stabilized. Let me teach you how to lock it down. Don't take too long, or that distortion's gonna turn into an abnormality. Follow my instructions to a T, and don't lag behind. It's all about precision and speed. Huh. 所以扭曲会变成异想体。Okay, she seems awfully cheerful for now, huh? Dire the situation is. I follow the radio's instruction and reach out to the monolith with my palms. Ooh, some light came out from it when I reached out with my finger. The voice coming from the radio was pretty nonchalant about all this, but it almost sounded like she could see exactly what I was looking at. Right, straight down from there. Yep, you're doing good. Now, move left. Take it slow now. I couldn't help but wonder if I was doing this right, but I still followed her directions and drew a trail of light with my hand over the monolith. The shimmering black tendril began to withdraw from Bamboo-Headed Kim's body. Maybe the distortion is withdrawing too. Good work, detective. The levels are stabilizing. I can't see you. To stop calling you detective, huh? Sorry. Old habits die hard, you know? Sounds like she's reporting to someone else on the other side of the communication. Good work. Let's do. LCA'll be in there in a minute, so just sit tight. LCA, not that rude after team lady from earlier. Well, anyways, thanks for the assistance. Everyone, LCD Distortion Task Force Ezra. Over and out. 是他，我就猜是他，可是，好。The radio shut off before any of us had a chance to say anything again. And not 5 seconds later. 对啊，老朋友回来了。My. They're really piling in, huh? LCA's Special Operations Unit. Orders. Commencing secured item retrieval. Alright, the item is custody target T-276 confirmed and secured. Well, looks like our job is done here. I didn't even have to say anything. Not that they could hear me anyways. Before, the uniformed troops marched in and started attaching various tools to the monolith. Trouble. T-27601 unconfirmed. Requesting location. What are you blathering about? Where is the distorted individuals? They're aware of whom you seek. He sits next to the monolith. Huh? Where has he gone? The individual by name Anju dragged him behind us so about approximately time of the event 3 minutes ago. Didn't I ask you to tell us if you noticed something important going on in the background? I will make an immediate report should an incident an identical event occur. That's when I noticed that the LCA agent was growing visibly uneasy, alert, abnormal reaction detected from the entity in T27601's proximity, and when that agent bent over and kicked over the sofa. Miss Undo. There was Undo, her arms tightly wrapped around the bamboo-headed kid, her hand holding the blade that dug deep into her mentor's flesh. I know not of your painful past. I cannot possibly know in detail what you have gone through. But that cannot be a just reason and excuse for cutting down your very own fellows. Miss Undo, that man was not himself. If the blade has consumed my mentor, turned him into a fiend, then I will end him myself. It has to be me. No, not at all. It's all excuses. That's all it is. If mentor didn't bring some odd invitation to us, if he hadn't caused us to flee escort our home to begin with. Oh yes, I hear you. Your voice is finally growing clearer. Mutation. Distortion of the subject entity confirmed. Suspicion phase 1 of the monolith reactivation process may have been engaged. We can't just let her be. She's going to distort. Also, burn salt. Knock Miss Undo out. Ghrtle struck Undo hard before the LCA agent even had the chance to do anything. Stabilize. Distortion nullified by a subject's loss of consciousness. Stab wound confirmed on subject T27601. Wound not critical. Will not pose challenge to retrieval and recovery. I have carried out the task as you have ordered. Thank you. Well, what just happened? Was that caused by the monolith's influence too? A plausible explanation. The monolith was probably still, but its lingering influence seems to have seeped into her. Oh, hey! The levels went bonkers over there just now. The radio began buzzing all on his own again. Requesting radio, I will receive LCD's message. Okay. Acknowledgement. Please speak. You're LCA, are you? Ezra from LCD. Nice to acknowledge. Commencing sidetrack. You know what? You're not the only one who knows how to cut people off. I already got your sidetracked, okay? I don't need it. There are 2 people there, right? Just bring them both over here. Negative. Exact orders state that retrieval targets are to be... Come on, loosen up. Concern. The monolith alone will be a difficult subject to contain. Oh, that's okay. Our very own LCD team leader said she'll take care of it. Besides, the monolith detective and I have successfully retrieved that before. And considering that the 2 of them are both returnees from the library, considering that the 2 of them have both been pulled from the edge of the distortion, they'll definitely help us with our records, don't you think? Understood, however. What the hell, are we kidnapping them for some dodgy human experiment or something? Okay, so I know that there's been scary rumors of kidnapping in T-Corp, but what we're doing here is completely unrelated, right? I'd appreciate it if you didn't compare us to the likes of those backstreet rumors. Sure, you guys can leave them here, but if we don't take them in, they'll distort and get killed, and who knows, the Kurokuma clan or even the sun could catch wind of this and pick them up instead. I suppose, alright. Anyways, make sure to bring them in, both of them, okay? Acknowledge. Retrieving now. The code dropped. The agent swarmed around the pair, found them, and disappeared out of the door. One of them was done in one fluid practice motion. I I don't know when it happened, but they'd already retrieved the monolith when that LCA agent picked up LCD's call. Right, so mission accomplished, huh? I guess so. Warning. Recommended action for the manager: immediate extraction from the scene, imminent arrival of the sub, highly alike. So after the middle is the sub, huh? What I wouldn't give to see the look of their stuck-up faces. I think he's telling us to get out of here before the sub catches us red-handed. Correction. LIMBUS Company was already on the crash course against the sub the moment we commenced this mission. That makes sense. It's only be a matter of time before they put a piece together and realize that we're involved in what happened. Are you sure that we can handle not only the middle but also the sub? Irrelevant. A foe is a friend, and a friend is a foe for LIMBUS Company. Delay. Extracting scene first. With a cryptic message, the LCA agent quickly withdrew from the scene. He knows something, but won't tell us what it is. At least, that was the impression I got from the way he spoke. I came to meet so many departments of the company in such quick sessions. The LCA, LCD, and the LCCA. And old questions arose once again. Something I'd forgotten as we kept ourselves busy with the mission we've carried out so far. I really don't know much about this company I'm working for. And there's this mysterious Herman and the equally puzzling Damien. Maybe in the grand scheme of things I really don't know anything. Maybe what I know amounts to nothing more than a pinch of knowledge available to the powers that be. I thought we were pretty deep into our journey, but I was starting to feel that in the far future, if I were to look back on the record of this journey, it wouldn't even be 10 pages into the book. I began walking back to the bus with the sinners, my head further mirrored the confusion. We really ran into a lot of people in such a short time, huh? Well, I'm pretty happy that I got to know more about the workings of this company. Once we returned to the bus, the sinners each began chatting away about what had just happened. I wonder what's going to happen to undo when who had it killed. That does not appear to be information we are privy to, though we all work under the same company. All that the LCD shared with us was the name of our tongue-tag Ezra. And the LIMBUS Company truly kidnapping people for human experience. You don't just start experimenting on humans like that. It's not something that just happens. Remember what the LCD woman said? Rumors are just that. Rumors. Gregor furrowed his brow as though some unpleasant memory of the past began flooding in. He dug into his pockets for a cigarette. There's LCD, but LCA just seems to be out of place. Even when compared to other departments, it's like they're from a completely different company. As we made our way back to the bus, I slowly began to organize my thoughts on everything that's happened. I did know that it wasn't the most productive thing for me to do. Else, you're not gonna answer any of my questions, are you? I apologize. At the present moment, it is difficult for me to disclose any information that does not concern the LCB department. It's like impatience is a prerequisite. For boarding this bus, manager or sinner. Virgilius sighed as he muttered. He must have seen me burying my clock head in my palms. Your journey will inevitably lead to the answer to all of your questions, Dante. Just follow the path and it shall be revealed. You have no reason to rush. Besides, Virgilius' gaze fixed for a brief moment, slightly above my head. I wonder if he's looking at my flame. It's nothing. Perhaps your impatience is rubbing off on me. I suppose I shall find out along the way as well. Virgilius scoffed, muttered something incomprehensible to himself, then turned away from me. It was clear that he had no intentions of continuing this exchange. Let's go, Charles. Been waiting for a real long time, climbing to the famous heights of tea court. So, the bus took off once again. Sometimes bustling, sometimes dead silence. 结束了，快10点了。总结一下这次的剧情。首先，但丁开始觉醒了，他好像听到不知道是谁在讲话，或者是他知道的知识。那个知识很明显的跟 ego、跟我们的 EGO、我们的扭曲、我们的大罪有关。然后巴士他们有在种树，很可能跟光之种有关。接下来是 LCA， 他们看起来都是机器人，然后 LCA 好像知道比较多，我有点感觉他的技术跟眼线很像，我不知道为什么，他给我的直觉是这种感觉。最后是 Ezra 他回来了，我们那个扭曲侦探里面的副手，他现在变成 LCD 的联络员，然后摩斯好像也跟在他旁边，他刚才听起来好像是LCD 的 Captain， 所以是他们的首领领导者是摩斯，然后他们已经收集了不止一个石碑了，然后石碑好像都有让人扭曲的能力，我不知道其他2个是在哪里收集的，可是这一个石碑是在图书馆送人回来之前就存在的，但是因为它跟扭曲有关系，很大概率跟脑叶有关。它这样子黑色的感觉，给我一种老叶抽出布的墙壁的感觉，但是上面没有金色的东西，所以不确定是什么。我们也知道，在但丁在上面用手摸的时候有出现光，那光可能是真的光。但是不知道这个光到底是有什么原因被封在这个黑色的石碑里面，这个可能也是要之后去找才会知道的资讯。好像这一次的剧情差不多就这样子了。对，好像就这样子。
밤은 좋지. 밤이 오면 노을도 오니까. 그리고 덮어져. 내 몸.
好啦，今天就这样子，有点晚了。 today we'll stop here. 然后先让我切回我的小房间。OK， 今天就这样子。我们明天的话，我有讲过，我还会再上来做其他事情，我要再找找看有什么东西可以玩或者是做的。那除去这一些的话，好像也没有什么可以讲了，跟平常一样。如果想要看我想要听到我什么时候直播，你可以去我的推特上面。You can find my Twitter from my about page, well, not about page. You can find my Twitter, and I'll always say when I'll be streaming. It's always about 7 o'clock. Yeah. 然后今天其实也没有什么东西。这一次的剧情其实真的不错，我觉得。你可以，有时候你可以，我在这一边我们找到很多新的资料，然后也算是收到蛮多的暗示，像是我们现在的扭曲，我们遇到的扭曲其实有点像是臆想体化，因为 Ezra 有讲到，如果你扭曲放着太久，可能超过一定的程度会变成臆想体。那跟我们当初在图书馆看到的不同，很可能是因为现在大部分的人光都够了，这样子。I will be streaming tomorrow, and probably a day after that. And you will be able to see me posting about when on my Twitter. So if you want, you can go follow me there and follow me here if you want to just get notification when I open. 那差不多2个小时了，我就先在这边结束了，拜拜。